The next piece is just a little bit about animal communication. So, some people dress this up as a really kind of new agey thing, which is fine because it can look a bit spooky or whoop-de-doo. And some people do have incredible animal communication, like clarity. Some people are really incredible animal communicators. But it's communicating with animals is something that everyone can do, and it should be something that's in the realm of ordinary. And so the first thing to do is what I mentioned earlier. It's just calming and slowing down. So horses can sense a heartbeat from about 10 meters away, a human heartbeat, and they can also recognize facial expressions. They understand what anger means, and they have memories of faces. So, I mean, if you're interested in treating animals with acupuncture, like, chances are you already accept that animals are sentient. And I mean, in my opinion, they're whole beings. Like, an animal is not a what, an animal is a who. I mean, to me, it's basically a person. So yeah, getting yourself clear, just calming, clearing your mind, just deep breathing. That might be like connecting your feet to the ground, breathing down into your feet, just calming down, cooling down, and most importantly, letting go of any agenda that you have for what's about to happen. If you can do that, that's when the magic of treating animals takes place. It's this paradoxical thing. So it's really tempting for us to go up here into the thinking mind and think, oh, now I'm going to do XYZ treatment, or I know what the patient's got, and this is what I'm going to do. It's an appetite thing. I'm going to do spleen. But and it's totally okay to have your intellectual understanding. It's what we bring. But at the same time, you've already thought about it, so it's already in your subconscious, so you can let it go. And so when you're, as much as possible throughout the whole process of treating that animal, staying present, as in not having thoughts about what's happening, just noticing. So using your senses, and keeping as much mental clarity as you can, as little mental chatter as you can. It's easier said than done. It's a practice. But it's kind of what makes treating animals kind of satisfying in a way. It's really meditative. So just using your senses to track small changes in the animal's response, because that's how they speak to us, is through their body language, obviously. Cats don't vocalize much. Dogs don't really either, and horses, certainly being animals of prey, are mostly silent. So they will indicate pain using gestures, and during the treatment, if given the chance, they will give you incredible feedback. So we'll cover that in a little while. But so a big part of animal communication is being calm, clear, and open to what's going to happen, open to that animal's gestures, their breath, their state of relaxation, and just being as clear and receptive as you can be. The next thing to know about animal communication is that they tend to communicate with each other using images. So if you're that way inclined, part of consent with working with animals is letting them know what's about to happen. So if you're comfortable just transmitting an image, you can just have a picture of you reaching out and touching the animal, and the animal feeling relaxed, and you send that before you go and touch the animal, and that will make a huge difference to their compliance and their comfort, and it will potentially keep them in a relaxed state throughout the treatment process and improve your treatment outcomes. If you're not so visually inclined, you can say it verbally, but sort of connect with your heart, like the feeling of what you're verbalizing, not so much the logic of it, or both, like that you say it in a really caring way, and you say it with a really warm tone, and you feel warmth in your heart. and you just tell the animal what's going to happen. If you're going to be doing needling, you might help yourself by sort of looking, like say, first I'm going to touch your shoulder, then I'm going to touch your back, and then if you're comfortable I'm going to hold your paw. And you can look at the animal as you vocalize, so that will help you transmit that picture to the animal. And using your vocalizations, when that's coming through congruently, the animal will feel it. So if you're used to animal communication, you can actually do your diagnosis using it, receiving images back from the animal and that kind of thing. But if it's something new to you, then just use it as another way of respectful, as part of that respectful consent process, and building rapport, basically.